Hey guys, so this is it's me Jeffrey again. So today this is probably gonna be one of my shorter videos be because really what I wanted to talk about was are really two things really, which one is yesterday was the fourth anniversary of Batman versus Superman, which for that we'll start off by saying really that basically his really people have been saying that BVS sucks for the longest time, but really with what happened today was that really it was about what with BBS 4 years trending on Twitter, that really does explain that really does show really far how far people have grown to really appreciate BBS more. And there was this article saying about how BBS is really the most important comic book movie ever. And really, if you really do want to think about it, no one talks about no one talks about any other comic book movie in history as hard as BBS. Like people have arguments about it, and 4 years later, people are still talking about it. And really, that really does show how important it is to cinema because really, because really, that people say that Martin Scorsese says that superhero movies aren't cinema, when really originally it was actually what he originally said was that Marvel movies aren't really cinema, like they're carnival rides. And really here's how I take it, because really MCU movies are fun and all that, and really it's while for for Zack Snyder's DC, he does the movies they're awesome in the first viewing, but then as you continue to rewatch and rewatch them, you start to learn more about the learn about what he was trying to do, and really what the takeaway from the movies are. And 4 years later in BBS, and you're still learning a lot of new things that you didn't see. Like yesterday or last night, someone found a someone found a Jay Leva Easter egg in BBS, the Ultimate Edition, because that was cut in the theatrical. But yeah, in the Ultimate Edition, there was a Easter egg for Jay Leva in the in the Daily Planet, and Jay Leva didn't even notice that because he said that on Twitter. And so for what and so yeah, really, if anything has happened in the past 4 years, it is that people have grown to appreciate Batman versus Superman, and and So, and yeah. So then let's go into this whole Snyder Cut is delayed thing. Like, there's a reason why I didn't report on this because it's the fact that it just doesn't make logical sense. Like, you really think that a movie is like, from what I heard, the most reliable source on this is Grace Randolph because apparently she gets most of everything right and she's like very reliable. But to me, like, there's a reason I don't why I don't schedule my videos and why I say I'll see you in the next one because I don't because if I don't schedule my videos, that gives me more time to think on subjects and then present it to and then present it the best of my ability. So onto the news or something that the Snyder Cut is delayed and it was supposed to be on HBO Max. Like, there is no evidence to like if you think about it, there's no evidence to support that the Snyder Cut is delayed because like like how you see like here's how it's not delayed. The it's actually very obvious. The obvious thing is that it hasn't been announced. Really it hasn't been announced because how can you delay something that hasn't been announced? From what I found is the first person to report on this was Cosmic Book News, and really from their experience, they haven't gotten anything right. Like they haven't gotten anything right at all. So really, like there is just no evidence whatsoever that that presents itself as evidence that the Snyder Cut is delayed because here's the thing, like if you saw my recent videos, like I I would name drop my sources so that they can have their credit. And it really while people say I thought like people have said, oh, I talked to this source. Like anyone can say that. Like they could say, oh, I talked to this source and he is very reliable, and then that source is not reliable and that person's news is completely false. And so really like I said, like there is no evidence to support that the Snyder Cut has been delayed because it hasn't been announced, and that alone really supports that whole thing and breaks it down for you. So now for really like I touched this on on Subjective Reviews live stream with me, Fatal J, and Strong Arm Flicks, where I said that BB that Captain America Civil War basically copied off of Batman versus Superman, and really I want to go on that more because Marvel fans still say that BVS was better because they really did support that, did build up to it. And I'm really like, no, they didn't they because there were because years ago when Captain America Civil War first came on, the Russos actually basically told a story where they told Kevin Feige that they wanted they wanted to make a movie that would challenge the audience, and this was back years ago to before BBS was announced, and really Kevin Feige said that no, he wanted to keep the formula going, like he wanted to keep the same formula going uh, for for that time. And then when BBS came on was announced, they said they Kevin Feige saw this, and the Russo said that they told him, "Okay, you need to challenge the audience," and really the Russos basically told Kevin, "I told you so." Like really should have made a movie that challenged the audience. So at the time, Captain America 3 was, as they said, was supposed to be completely different, where it was actually supposed to be about Hydra, and the main villain was MODOK. So, and, and what, and basically what happened was they were in such a rush that they actually did say that they had to copy some of the draft of BBS to actually make Civil War, and it really does show. Like basically, if you change the fact that the Soviet Accord, if you change the Soviet Accords to basically the media, and the you change the scenes with Iron Man and Captain America, like basically you got Batman versus Superman. Cause and also if you change the villain's motivation, which Zemo's motivation was like, if you think about it, like Zemo's motivation was kind of like he Lex Luthor's in a kind of way, where Lex Luthor's was basically like if we compare the two plots, like Lex Luthor's plot, the plot was really thought out and really seemed very tangible, while for Zemo's plan, like if we think about it, it was just relied on pure luck. Because if you think about it, the Soviet Accords, like if that whole Soviet thing didn't happen, like it really wouldn't have worked. Really if really if Zemo had that tape that that Bucky killed Tony's parents, like it comes to, and like like he could have simply emailed him the tape, and it basically showed Tony the tape, and then just that could have started the turmoil, and that could have been it. Like that could have been Civil War right there. And really it just turns like into this whole theatrical mess. And and then that was basically Civil War. And before I go off, like This is, I don't know how to make polls, but I'll put it in the comment section. Like, I wanted to find this out. Like, who talks about Civil War now? Who, like they do Batman versus Superman? Like once again, I'll put that in the comments, and really, I'll put it in a way where where to see like what is your mode, what movie do you talk about more, BBS or Captain America Civil War? So, and really, like, once again, I want to reiterate, like, there is no evidence to support that the Snyder Cut is delayed because it hasn't been announced. So yeah, that's the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Tell me what you think.